Hi everyone, you're watching Apex Insider and I'm your host, Maryann Simson. This week I'm in Sydney, Australia at the Qantas Centre of Service Excellence, home to the airline's Customer Experience Training Program. We've been doing some really interesting research with the University of Sydney's Charles Perkins Centre. Can you talk about, what the centre is all about? What's their, core focus, and how this research is maybe different from what other airlines might be doing?
So the Charles Perkins Centre is quite unique in Australia. It is a centre that is almost a hub, rather than a static cohort of professors or researchers within the University of Sydney. Their core reason for being is to improve the health and well-being of society. They appreciate that more and more people are travelling, and the way in which they are travelling is changing over time. So they think that there is a role to play to improve health and comfort and well-being on board. Similarly for us, as we start to embark on longer and longer routes, Perth London being a great example of that, we felt that we had a need not just to cut and paste what we were doing on a Sydney Los Angeles flight, for example, and then put that on London. We thought that, again, our role in a human day is increasing because the flight duration is more than 17 hours. So what that meant is that we had to think about the body clock. We had to think more deeply about jet lag and how we could improve the customer's experience in that context. So we engaged with the university. We worked with a whole range of professors, from metabolic physicians all the way through to biomedical engineers, to help design that experience, because we want to make sure for all of the things that we can control in that journey, we are improving the customer's ability to address jet lag, improving their health and their comfort and their well-being.
Okay, in a couple days' time, Qantas is going to be a very large part of my day as I participate in the Perth to London 17.25-hour nonstop flight. So how has that experience been engineered to make sure that I feel better on the other end?
So we've started with a great airframe. It's a composite airframe on the 787 aircraft. That means we can add more pressure to the cabin and therefore increase the humidity on board. So that's great to provide comfort for your airways, stops them drying out as much.
So important.
Yeah, it helps to keep your skin hydrated as well. The windows are 30% larger, which means there's more opportunities for natural light to come into the cabin. So that's a great starting point. Then we've worked with the researchers at the Charles Perkins Centre, a sleep physician in fact, and Boeing, and also our industrial designer David Kayon, to design the light sequencing on board. So the frequencies of light that you'll experience as the flight progresses actually will change, and they are designed to interact with your body clock to actually accelerate your phase shift. Similarly, we've had a look at temperature as well, because the body temperature that is taking place throughout the day and night will actually fluctuate. So we've designed the cabin temperature to be more in tune with your body temperature, to help you sleep and help you wake up and help you adjust to London time. We've also designed the recipes on board and the sequencing of when we serve those the meals on board to also help you sleep when it's great for your body to sleep, and help you be more energized and wakeful as you're arriving into London. The lounge we've built in Perth Terminal is also very specifically designed to work in with body clock and minimise jet lag. It has an outdoor area, which is great to give you natural light, help with your body clock. Fresh air is great to actually just make you feel more energised. We have light therapy in the bathroom, so there's a 15-minute light sequence that you can use as you're having a shower or refreshing, that gives you a pulse of higher frequency light towards the bluer end of the spectrum, which also helps to reset your body clock. We have stretching classes, so guided stretching in a very special studio that sits within the lounge that helps you just to move your body at the beginning or the end of a flight, prepare your muscles and your joints for the experience, or just help you stretch at the end of that. Similarly, the food that we are serving in the lounge is also designed to help with your body clock. So we've looked at every single part of that journey experience, and for anything that we can control, we've made sure that we've considered that and designed it to make you feel better.
Wow, thorough. Well, thank you for that. I'm sure I'll appreciate it at the other end of that flight. Would you say that this flight, commercially from a brand perception standpoint, has been a success for Qantas?
Absolutely. It's one of the strongest performing routes that we have in terms of advocacy and satisfaction. Commercially, the route is outperforming expectations. Customers absolutely love it. And it's not just about the experience, but it's also the fact that you can get to London non-stop from Australia now, which is really appealing for customers as well.
And I'm sure a boon for tourism as well.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's another way that we can reopen and support tourism and also business in Western Australia. It's really reinforcing Perth as a hub for us as well internationally, so that we've got great coverage within Australia and then a great network coverage from Australia outbound to the rest of the world.
Okay, and speaking about the rest of Australia, I know that it's a big goal of Qantas to connect Eastern Australia with Europe and the Eastern US with Project Sunrise. Can you just talk about how you're going to continue to, I guess, elevate the passenger experience in an environment where flights are getting even longer and longer and longer?
So we thought Perth-London was long, and then we get the challenge of a Sydney-New York or a Sydney-London. Right. So this is when you're starting to push journey times beyond 22 hours. Again, we are playing a big role in a whole human day. So that's really a whole day and a whole night from a pure humanistic perspective. So as we did with the 787 on Perth-London, we want to start from a clean sheet of paper and not just assume that 17 hours is the same as 22 hours. So we are really, again, working with the airframe manufacturers, with the seat vendors, with the cabin interior vendors, industrial designers, with our chefs, with the Charles Perkins Centre to really understand what might be different on a 22-hour flight. How differently do we have to think about physical, digital, and also state of mind? And then how can we use different parts of the entire journey to make sure that we're meeting needs? So lots of questions at this point, not a huge amount of answers, but we're really sure it's going to be very, very exciting for our customers.
Well, that's all the time we have today for Apex Insider Down Under with Qantas. Huge thank you to everyone at Qantas and our guest, Philip Capps, as well as our sponsor, Bluebox. Click subscribe if you like this video, and make sure to visit www.apex.aero to learn more about the Airline Passenger Experience Association. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.